Hello beautiful golfers and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how you can improve your chipping to get inside a tighter circle to make those putts. Often when I see golfers chipping, there's usually not much of a thought, plan, or process. They aim at the hole, they land the ball right around the hole, and they expect it to go in because they did those two things. However, that's not how chipping works. You do have to treat your chips like a putt. You do have to read the break. So that would be the first thing I would want you to think of when you're getting around the greens. What is the break of this shot if it were an actual putt? I see this as slightly uphill. I believe it's going to break maybe 6 inches to a foot to the right. Now I'm going to aim a little bit to the left, and this ball should curve a little bit to the right. The second thing I'm going to do is pick a landing spot. Typically with a sand wedge, I'm looking at 50% carry and 50% roll. That's the rule of thumb when you're hitting a stock chip with this club. So what that means is I'm now going to take this small visual that you can really focus in on. I'm going to place it what I think is halfway. Halfway and a few inches to the left. 6 inches to a foot was the read I originally thought it was. We're going to see if I can hit my landing spot like this. Finally, I want to address setup. This is the biggest error I see with chipping around the green. Yes, you can add your own personal style, but often I see the normal full swing setup for this shot, and ideally we would like to get in there a little bit closer. So almost half the distance, and now that's going to set us in a very upright, almost putting-like motion. And how we're going to lock this in, we're going to take our wrist, and instead of having it hinging upwards, we're going to use something called ulnar deviation to have the shaft almost parallel to the forearm. What this is going to do is, it's going to stop the club from digging, and it's gonna lock in an end range of motion. If this is as far as I can go, I will probably not chunk the golf shot. Most people I see who chunk the golf ball, it is usually from that wrist angle that is very extended and also hinged upwards. So what happens when they come down, the heel of the club digs into the grass and we get this very unpleasant result. So maximum ulnar deviation, which simply means you're taking your thumbs from up, you're pointing them out as far as you can go. We've gotten in closer to the ball to make sure we have more of a putting stroke, and now we are going to focus in on that landing spot. All right, so the three things we covered were reading the break, and we're going to practice that by finding the high spot and the low spot. Learning your landing spot, and we're going to practice that by grabbing a towel in the yard or our chipping area. And we're going to practice little 1 and 2 yard shots so we get a feel for distance. And the third thing we're going to work on is our setup. You take the setup for your normal wedge. You get in there about halfway. You raise the shaft so the heel of the club is off the ground. That prevents digging. We maximize this ulnar deviation right here. And we rotate the body back. And that's going to get us a result that looks like. If you enjoyed this video, I will be posting new content every Thursday. Until then, have an amazing day.